Mama, you know I love you.
There was so many times looking back when I was so afraid, and you would come to me and say to me I could face anything, and no one else can do what you have done for me. You'll always be the girl in my life for all time. Mama, Mama, you know we love you.
Yes, God, Hunter! Watch the show, guys.
Watch the show. Yo, what up? Welcome back. This is Merc B.
And I'm Q.
And today we have a very special guest.
Very special.
Q's mama is
Woo!
here.
Yes.
We are so glad to have Q's mama, Miss Teresa.
Yes, Miss T, aka Karma Brown in the building.
Karma Brown is my favorite.
You guys, I can't wait. Let's do this show.
Yeah.
So today, I asked my mama to come here. She's here from Atlanta, visiting us. I asked her to come and just talk about some issues surrounding our community, specifically the dynamic between black gay men and their mamas.
Okay.
You gotta have your mama.
You need your mama.
You need your mama.
You need your mama.
Don't nobody love you like your mama.
Okay.
If you are out there right now and you have not talked to your mama this
Believe
week,
that. Go ahead,
I want you to
baby.
hit pause and call your mama. Once
Right
you
now.
call your mama, tell her about the tag team. Make sure you do that too. Call her right now.
Right now.
We not playing.
Right
We
now.
not in the name
of
Jesus.
You know what I always
Okay.
say? Can't nobody
Okay.
do you like your mama? Can't nobody do you like this girl?
Okay.
Can't nobody do you like your mama? She's my best friend. Say it if you know it. Yes.
Yeah. You know, we love having guests. At any time we have guests, we love having guests. But this is just such a milestone episode for the tag team. Yes. Miss T is one of the original producers.
Tell about it.
I wanted to make sure she got her credit. You know what I mean? She's one of the original producers.
That's right.
And we are so glad to have her here today. So, and we're gonna jump right into it. We are gonna talk about that dynamic. I know. Q, you was telling me about, some of the, some people that have reached out to us. We're going to talk about it a little bit later.
Right.
They have reached out to us about their relationships, mother-son relationships, and mothers that are out there dealing with sons that, may come to them at one point in life and say, hey, I'm part of a sexual minority, or hey, I'm into this, I'm into that. You know what I mean? So,
and even though we speak from the perspective of sons, daughters included.
Daughters included.
Amen.
Amen. So everybody that has been touched by this as an issue, we wanted to shed some light on that, and we wanted to talk to Miss T about that today. So we're gonna get into that.
So Karma Brown, what's up, Shawty?
Hey!
That's really good.
What's up, you all? Glad to be here with the tag team. I'm so honored that I've been included in this conversation. It's a conversation that should have been discussed a long time ago.
Absolutely. So, Mom, we're just going to give you some random questions, and, we just want your honest reaction, All right, so let's start off. You know what? This is a good place to start. It is often said that mamas know their kids. Even before you know that you're really gay or what your sexuality is, or you feel comfortable enough coming out to the world about who you are, that mamas have this innate, sense, almost like a sixth sense, that, that they know what's going on with their children.
Right.
Do you think that's true?
I definitely think it's true. I can remember, whenever I suspected that Quinn, Q, was, and, basically, at the time that I wanted to know, though, there were a lot of things that were happening in our community that I was really concerned with. And one of the concerns were high suicides amongst teenagers. Wow. And the thing that I did not want to happen is I did not want anything to happen to my son to the point where he didn't think that he could come and talk to me about anything. I certainly didn't want his death on my hands. I remember when I was a young girl and I was pregnant with Quinn, with my son, and I had to come and tell my mom that I was pregnant. It was so very hard, and she actually approached me, you know, making the conversation easier for me. Okay. So I kind of took that approach with him. And so therefore, the thing that I did want him to know is that I was going to love him as long as he wasn't murdering out here, murdering people and being a menace to society. I wanted him to grow up and be a law-abiding citizen. Yes. And what more can you ask for? But number one thing I did want him to know is that I truly loved him more than anybody else in this world.
Oh, that's my mama.
Okay? So you need to love your child regardless. You know, first of all, grown-ups, adults, don't nobody tell you what you do in your bedroom. And if truth be told, and some of them skeletons come out of your closet, let me tell you something. Your children would be ashamed of you. But you know what? They gonna love you anyway. So you they mama.
Okay. No matter how nasty your ass was in college, and how much of a hoe you was in high school,
you know what you
know we gonna love you anyway.
And lying, cheating, and scheming.
You know your mama was a hoe.
Thank you. Stealing and just causing chaos all over the place. So while y'all sitting there being judgmental about your children, see now you done got saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. But you know what? God knows you. God knows your sins.
Okay.
You know what? And they will come out. So you know, stop being judgmental and embrace your children and love them for who they are.
Right. Right. I love it. I love it.
You know what? Because I hear horror stories about some of your friends and how their mother and fathers have disowned them in the what? Disown? How you gonna disown something that come out of your loins? But you know what? Let me tell you this. At my stage of right now in life, you know, I know a real ninja when I see them. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my real
ninja. I'm the real ninja.
I'm a live ninja.
And I know a fake one when I see one too. You know, so don't step to me with no bullshit because I can call you on your carpet. It doesn't matter. You know, my thing is that I know when you're real and when you're not. And like I said, there's some good and bad in every type of community, whether it's gay, lesbian, straight, you know, white, black, you know, Indian, whatever. There's some foul folks in the world, but then there's some genuine good folks in the world too. And so we need to get off of this bandwagon about, you know, the gay community or, you know, this a stigma or it's a taboo. We need to get off of that shit because if truth be told, if you bring your skeletons out your damn closet, guess what? They some shit that y'all got in y'all closet and make the gays look like them.
Cause see, mine's gonna be looking like the chicken bones in the trash can.
Come on now,
and your shit is gonna be looking like the Smithsonian.
Okay, the Smithsonian with all the dinosaurs. That's exactly right. But see now, you know what? Like with my grandmama and them. And my aunts and them and stuff like that. I ain't gonna name no names.
Right. But you know what? Everybody got some.
Everybody got some shit. And you know, they come up, you know, well, she's this and she's that and she's prissy and she's fast and this and that and the other. But look, let me tell you that. She's a hoe, But hell, there had to be a whole damn line of hoes before it got to me.
Right.
Shit, I got some great-grandmamas and some grandmamas and some aunts and uncles and hell, somebody had to pass that shit along.
Let me tell you something.
Ain't that right?
We wouldn't be here. That's the absolute truth. Let me tell you, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the whole tendencies of many. Wholeness keeps the world going around. See, if everybody was like me, all in the house like a damn nun, we wouldn't repopulate the world.
Thank you.
So I just want to let y'all know, don't try it with the judgment because anytime you point the finger, you can point 3 back at yourself, and you gonna have 2 more from me, motherfucker, because I know what you're doing.
Now let me tell you all this. Now you may say, well, how did you handle Quinn having friends spending overnight? Let me tell you this. I handled it the same way I handled it with my heterosexual son.
Yes.
If I knew they was fucking, guess what? They didn't sleep in the same damn room.
No.
Okay? Now they could come over, but they was, am I right, Q?
There's no shame out there.
So now you got some heterosexual children. They they fucking each other and they're right in the next room to you. Is that right?
Thank you.
That ain't right. So you can't be switchy washy, which one?
Right.
You know, just because your children are homosexual, you know, hey, they can still visit or whatever. They just don't sleep in the same bed. It's the same damn thing. You know, I wouldn't let my heterosexual boy bring a female and fuck her eyeballs out. Okay? I got the same freaking rules. It's just that easy. So, you know, you just can't show favoritism.
You can't show favoritism.
You just gotta be fair about it. You just gotta be fair.
I love it.
Did you want to say something, Merc B?
Well, no, I just appreciate that so much. And once again, there are so many people out there that, you know, deal with this with their children, you know, and everything. And I just, you know, I didn't know, you know, until we had like someone actually comment on the show, on one of our previous shows, saying that they were actually dealing with that. I think Quinn came across that and wanted to share that. You know, we had somebody that was basically reaching out to the tag team and saying, hey, you know, I'm dealing with this in my life. I have a son that I think is, and I wanted to know your opinion.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna actually read the question for you. It's from Sharon Johnson. She watches our show. Thank you. Hey Sharon. Hey Sharon. Hey Sharon. We love you so much for watching, and so we just wanted to address it because I thought it was powerful when I read it, and I wanted to address it. So watch this.
Hey guys, I just love the energy that you both bring, and I love that you're comfortable with yourselves and that the viewers are drawn into your conversation. I'm glad I caught this show and the topic you were discussing about coming out. I think my son is gay and afraid to live in his truth, which I feel will make life easier because trust, a mother knows her child. I've asked him and he says no. But I got my confirmation when I clicked on his page and saw him and some of his friends at the Pride Parade in our town. I don't know why he is still trying to lie to himself. He's a handsome man, hardworking, and I'm going to love him. He knows this. I just want him to be comfortable and happy like you two. Sharon Johnson.
Sharon, thank you for your concerns. But basically, you know, instead of you waiting for your son, I mean, because what you're doing, you're asking an open-ended question. And basically, he can say yes or no. So you don't approach him that way. You approach him to the point where, Q, look, I've looked at your Facebook picture, and I saw where such and such was happening. Now, so with that, I want to say that I've accepted the fact that you're living a gay lifestyle, but I want you to know as your mom, I love you, regardless of, you know, of what's happening with you in your lifestyle, you know, and then just go over some of the concerns, you know, you have as a mother, and then let him kind of, you know, talk back to you and kind of give him his impression about, you know, what you have found. Now, maybe he might come out with the fact that you're invading his privacy or something like that. But basically, all you want to do is embrace you all's relationship and just let him know that you're his #1 fan. And that you're not trying to destroy him or anything like that, but you really want to embrace him as a mother, and that you want to convey to the fact that I love you regardless of what, you know, and that you can trust me, you know, and we can build on our relationship. When you basically go to your kid like, are you gay? That statement right there, it kind of puts a persona that maybe I'm getting ready to judge you.
Okay, right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because it's like taboo. Are you gay? And it's like, okay, if you are, then, you know, his reaction may be, what's going to happen? Right. So don't come to him, don't go to him like, I think you're gay, or are you gay? Just say, look, hey, I looked at your page and this is what I found. And you know what, if this is the lifestyle, let me tell you what my concerns are, you know, and then once you tell him your concerns, then let him open up to you and tell him whatever, let him be able to tell you whatever he's feeling about that.
I love it.
I love this.
Yeah.
Miss T is sitting right on into the
thing.
I love it. I love it. You know, it was so good what you said about just saying, making sure the type of question you ask is not one that can be said yes or no
Right.
to. I love that. In so many instances, when someone asks you that question, you're instantly on the defensive.
Exactly.
I mean, even to this day, I'm out and, in my different interactions going out in the world, whether it be at a job or in a social setting, if somebody comes out and asks me that question, just with no context, my guard goes up kind of instinctively. So that is a very powerful point. I think it's also important, for parents to know, like, once you let them know that this is what you know and that it's okay, to just like let them deal with it however they're going to deal with it with you. My instinct is to say, hey, I want to throw you a party, all them friends on your Facebook, I want them to come over. You know what I mean? But and get to know them. And if you are that type of parent and you think your child is receptive to it, by all means, go ahead and do that. I know that's how I am. I know most people aren't like that. Most people are like, no, I don't want to throw a gay party because you just found out I was gay. But like I said, it's powerful. Just make sure when you approach or when you talk to your child that you do it from a space where they feel like it's comfortable and where it's safe. Because in so many cases, so many people don't feel safe with that secret. If it's something that is a secret for them at the time, you want to kind of give them a safe space to open up to. So.
Can I just say that whenever I came out, whenever my mom found out, let me know that she knew that I was gay when I was 16. Okay, so my mom approached it to me kind of like what you just said, which I'm very happy that you still feel the same way, because that's what she did. She came up to me when we were alone at home, and she said, "You know what, Quinn? I have something I would like to discuss with you. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you. Don't ask me how I know. Just this is what it is. At the end of it all, I love you, and don't ask me how I found out. I just want to tell you this." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "You know what? I finally know your sexual preference." And of course, I was cutting the monkey. Fell out crying and everything. She's like, "Look, you can stop crying."
So it's dramatic?
Yeah, it was very, come on now.
I'm
very dramatical. I'm very dramatical.
Yes.
I got an Oscar nom that year. But anyway, no, she's like, "Don't stop crying. Hush your fuss. Stop crying like an bitch." So she said, "Come on back out the room. Everything is cool. It's over now."
Oh, you told it. You ran to the room and everything. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that. I didn't get no moment like that.
Yeah, I got a dramatic moment. She's like, my mom, you said a question that I've had for quite some time has now been answered.
I
was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she said, "I know your sexual preference."
Yes!
I was like, what the?
Yes, Lord.
But you know what? What I want your viewers to realize too, as a parent, there were issues that I actually had to deal with as well. Because as a parent, because you all are not parents, but as a parent, you almost feel like it was your fault, or you have some guilty feelings going on, or what did you do or did not do? And so therefore you are ravished with these feelings, and you it's something that you've never had to deal with before, and so during the years that I've suspected that Quinn was, when I used to hear the word fag or because gay was not used back then as it is now.
Back then, it wasn't that long ago. I ain't that
prevalent as it is now. But when somebody used to say, "I think your son is a faggot," I literally, really.
No shade. That's why I was saying it. I was like,
really,
child. Yeah.
Let me tell you this. I literally used to go home and cry.
Because
I felt bad, and not only I felt bad as a parent, but I felt bad that they were criticizing my son, and I couldn't help him. I didn't know how to help him. As elementary, as a young kid, I didn't know how to help him. Because it was something I never dealt with before. But during the years, once I let Quinn know, what was going on, then he could help me deal with some of the issues that I had. And he assured me, he said, "Mom, I'm okay with it." He said, so in my mind, I said, well, if he's okay with it, I have to be okay with it. So the term faggot is a term that was loosely thrown at gays or homosexuals, and that's something that I had to, it was just a hard pill for me to swallow when somebody said, "Your son is a faggot," and they made it seem like he was a murderer or he was this bad person.
Right.
But I'm here to tell you that gays, homosexuals, lesbians, you know what? They're not all bad people. Now there's some bad shit in every type of community.
Okay, thank you.
Don't get it twisted. Because honey, there's some heterosexuals, there's some foul ass niggas out there. And I mean, I didn't mean to say niggas, but niggas that I wouldn't have shit to do with.
Oh my God.
Okay. But I have learned. I'm gonna tell you what though. I have found that there's some.
This is a motherfucking classic episode. Hold up. This is a classic. Miss T is in the building, bitches. I was trying to get it together.
Bow down, bitches.
Well, I have a couple questions that I want to ask since we have Mama here in the building, and we gonna bring it up. We love everything that you shared about Q's history and Q's coming out. I think this was an awesome episode for that, and we are going to talk about that more. We may even do some stuff later on, maybe some reenactments and stuff like that, to make it pop like in the future. But what I wanted to know is, and our show's about dating relationships in the dating scene right now, and Q often talks about some of the things that he's going through in relationships and his history sometimes. So I want to know two things from Mom.
Okay.
First is who do you think is the ideal guy for Q? And number B. And number B, have you, out of the guys that you met that he's dated, do you have a personal favorite?
Yes.
Oh my God!
Oh God, please tell us more.
Okay. There was this one gentleman that Quinn knew here in Philly.
Okay.
And I thought he was like a model.
Okay.
I forget his name.
It's just okay. We're gonna bleep it out in a second.
But and I never met him, but I saw pictures of him, and Quinn used to talk about him, and I used to see him, and I was like, oh, he is so gorgeous for Quinn, and I really liked him. But it seemed like he was more like a mentor.
Okay.
You liked him because you ain't meet him. That's
right. Well, maybe that.
But, it was a headshot.
But the one guy that I really love, and I was kind of torn because they broke up, was a guy named Cortez. I love Cortez.
Oh gosh. Hey Cortez. Cortez watches the show.
Let me tell you why I love Cortez, Merc B. Because he was kind of on the reserve side a little bit. Not so much that he wasn't proud of who he was. He was military, and he wasn't too tall. He wasn't too short.
Okay.
And him and Quinn kind of favored each other.
I love it.
They kind of favored each other, so they kind of complimented each other.
And it looked great.
Yeah. Now he's been with some guys that were not as attractive, but they were nice guys.
Okay.
They was nice guys.
I love
but
it.
whenever I saw him with Cortez, I was like, I just love him.
Nigga, you got the stamp of approval from Mama.
I just love Cortez. He was just my favorite. Cortez was my favorite.
Well, you heard it here, Cortez.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You already got the endorsement from Mama.
Oh God.
So the next step, it can't be anything under 10 and a half carats. So you're almost there.
But most of the time, if Quinn is happy, that's my concern. I just want him to be happy. I want him to be ultimately happy. I mean, he's happy with himself. So the person that he meets really can't make him happy. They can enhance what he has.
I love it.
Because he loves who he is, and I love who he is. So just for the future of the significance. You can't make him happy. Basically, you can enhance what he has, and if you can't, then you don't need to be in his
Booyah.
That's
You
right.
heard
And
it.
you need to be fine.
Okay.
And you need to be
And
fine.
you too, Merc B.
Okay.
I want the best for you too. You know, you just like my baby.
I know that's right. You just like my mom.
Okay.
Oh.
Look, I've been knowing Merc B ever since he was knee high to a grass.
I know that's
So
right.
it's not like him and Quinn just kind of found out who they were.
And
You know what I'm
let me
saying?
tell y'all something that I rarely even share with Q. I tell you, Q's sense of humor, I know exactly where it came from because even as a young wee baby,
Yes.
you know, Miss T was always such a delight, and my family, the kids in my family would be so excited when we knew that Miss T would be visiting because we knew we would have such a good time, and she always brought so much fun and laughter. So when I tell you,
your dad was so sweet.
he was a gem.
Yeah,
he
he
was
was.
a gem.
He was.
A god among men.
Actually, Merc B, did you know that your dad was like a witness when I got married to Morocco?
Oh,
he was one of the witnesses that signed my marriage certificate.
I did not know that. See, that's another thing. I did know, you know, Q's stepdad and my dad were best friends for a while. So I didn't know that, but he was one of the witnesses also. So that connection, you know, the river runs deep, but the connection is strong.
It go deeper and deeper.
It go deeper. The connection is strong, like this fist.
Like this fist.
We got to be tight, like this fist, like
strike a mighty blow.
Like strike a mighty
Well,
blow.
can I say just how proud I am of you all? Because you know what? People need this show. They really do. They need this show. And I'm so glad.
Y'all need the tag team.
Yes, and I'm so glad you all came up with it.
You
know?
Thank you,
So,
Mama.
and I'm so proud that both of them graduated from Temple.
Shout out to all my TU people.
These are educated black men.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes,
ain't never been to jail. Ain't never got strung out on crack. Okay?
Amen.
You better recognize.
Well, not a crack that was outside of a pair of pants.
You know, this is true. This is true.
I just want to say one thing, Mom. Like,
Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago, I was in New York and I saw Monifa and Therese. They're on the R&B Divas, right?
Right.
They just got married.
Okay.
In a same-sex marriage, and Monifa really wanted her mom to walk her down the aisle. Now, her mom was from the old school, right? Her mom was like, you know what? I was brought up, you know, I was told and taught that a man is supposed to marry a woman. So this kind of goes against everything that I believe in. But at the end of the day, she did walk Monifa down.
She did.
She wants her to be happy, you know. How would you feel about me marrying, because now the gay marriage is legal here in Pennsylvania, me marrying another man? Would you show up at the wedding, and even more, like, would you walk me down the aisle? Would you be in support of me getting married?
Wow.
See?
Yeah. Wow. Let's talk about it.
We've never talked about that. This is an exclusive.
That is an
I
exclusive.
never thought that was possible.
Oh my God, your bravery is
Okay.
commendable.
Well, you know what? I would walk you down the aisle.
Okay.
Wow.
But I would have to say, it's not so much you marrying another man, it would be the type of man. For instance, like I'll give for instance, like Usher's mom.
Okay.
You know, Usher's mom was against that marriage.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because she felt like Usher was marrying the wrong person.
Right.
Now, so therefore, it just couldn't be any man. If I felt like your relationship with this guy was kind of rocky along the way, like some of your relationships has been, and that this relationship was not enhanced.
You know, a mother knows.
Okay, a mother knows.
A mother knows.
Then I would show up at the wedding, but I wouldn't walk you down the aisle. So therefore, you know, if I don't like that ninja, you know, hell no, I'm not walking you down the aisle. I will show up. I will show up because of my love for you. But if it's a relationship where I just don't think is a healthy relationship, then you know I'm gonna have some qualms about it.
Right.
But as far as showing up and me wanting you to be happy, no, I wouldn't have no problem with that.
Oh, Mama, that's so sweet. Well, you know, I was kind of apprehensive to even mention that on camera because we've never talked about that.
We never talked about it, and I think part of it is because I'm always talking to Quinn like, why is you getting married? You should be getting married. We getting old. When are we gonna get married? You know.
Yeah.
But now let me tell you what I would have a problem with.
Okay.
I'd have a problem with my baby being in a dress.
Okay. You told me that before, though.
Really?
I'm not trying to cover that up.
I ain't mad at you.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
If I saw him in a damn dress with some heels on, trying to walk with them feet of his,
yeah,
I have a problem with that. I have some issues with that.
Well, guess what?
I mean, y'all can be judgmental and say, oh, you know, this and that, the other, but hell, I got some issues too. I got stuff too. There's some things that I don't mind, but there's some things that hell I just don't understand.
She said her love has a limit. Love has a, every woman has a limit. Yeah. You know, I don't, you don't have to worry about that. Obviously, I don't dress in drag, but you know, if you had a son that did dress in drag, then you would have to deal with that issue. That's Luckily, you don't. Because I don't do that. You know, but for those out there who do dress in drag, you know, then you know you have to work with that.
You have to work it out.
Yeah.
We have to work out, and we understand that we understand people, you know, come encounter with different difficulty levels with all of that. Exactly but I hear what you're saying. You know, you do have a limit too. Yeah. So
now, can I wear a skirt?
As long as you got some damn bagpipes.
Okay.
Some bagpipes. You got some bagpipes. I can wear a kilt. Okay. The kilt is on. Okay.
Okay. So
I can wear a kilt.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
I got you.
I love it.
I love this. I just thank you so much for coming out today. Like this, like I said, this is a milestone episode, and I think so many people are going to be able to appreciate it. Yeah. Once again, shout out to Sharon Johnson. Like I said,
thanks, Sharon.
We appreciate you for being so open and bringing that to the tag team. You know, while we were getting the show together and talking about it, you know, I said, you know, I did not realize that people, you know, bring those kind of issues to us. And we just want, it's very powerful, and we want to let you know we are receptive to it, and we are always going to be sensitive to that. And if there's anybody else out there that has similar issues or something that they just want to talk about, I know we laugh and play a lot, but if you want to talk about something and you really think it's something that, you know, should be brought out there, I got some recent stuff from, I think, Cold Fire, and I'm going to get back to you about that, Cold, some of the things that you wanted to bring up. But if you do, we are here for that. We're an outlet for that as well, and we want to let y'all know that we can definitely take on the broad spectrum of things, you know, fun and frivolous to things serious and important to our community. If it affects Black LGBT people or LGBTQIA people, we definitely are invested in it as well. So once again, we thank you, Sharon, for that. We thank Miss T.
We thank you so much.
Hopefully, Sharon, I have helped you through the process. And basically, I appreciate Tag Team letting me on the show. You know, I know there'll probably be plenty of questions or whatever, but you know, if they invite me again, I'll be glad to come back and address some of those issues as well.
Can I just say you look so beautiful in your red and white? You want to say hello to Delta Sigma Theta?
Delta Sigma Theta.
Oh, red and white! I didn't even catch it, but now I caught it. Okay.
Delta in the house. Like I said, it was a pleasure, and I really enjoyed myself. And peace.
All right, that's the tag team.
That's the tag team.
I'm Merc B.
And I am Q.
And
we love you.
Miss T.
Miss T. Kama Brown. Kama Brown.
We love you.
We love you guys. Peace. That show was amazing.